Hey, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to make a quick, well, not a quick video, but pretty quick video on Chirp. This is my simple Chirp quick start video. A couple videos probably, actually. I'm going to do a video on basic Chirp, hooking up to a Bofang, which in my opinion, I think it seems like that's what Chirp is designed for. And then I'm going to hook it up to my Yaesu 2800M, FT2800M. And we're going to hook it up to Chirp, and as you can see, I got a couple cables here. Before you do anything with Chirp, Chirp is a programming software that we use, or a lot of us use. It's open source, and you can use it to do all the programming for all your channels on your ham radios. What you see here is before you do anything with it, you need to find or get a hold of the programming cable for your radio. I think most of them don't come with them, but or maybe I just get used ones and that's why I don't get a hold of them. But I have to go onto Amazon or another site and get a hold of these things. Each radio has their own. This is for the Bofang, has the side connector. This one here is for my Yaesu. Plugs into the mic port, RG45. So before you do anything, you gotta have to get a hold of the programming cable. So before you start wanting to play with it, just go on online or go to a radio store, ham radio, whatever, gigaparts, whatever, or go, like I say, anywhere online and get a hold of these things. You gotta have them in their USB connectors that go in your computer. Mine are connected all the time. I just kind of leave them wound up. First thing we're going to do is we're going to connect our Bofang. This is my Bofang UV5R, which I love this radio. It's a nice little cheap radio, and it does everything I want it to do. I even have it, a buddy of mine gave me a nice electrical 19-inch antenna. It's not really a 19-inch, but electrically it is. And per his recommendation, I went ahead and modified my connector so I could mount it for my mobile station in my car, and then I can use it, obviously, handheld. It's really cool. I recommend that on any handheld. I would definitely do that because you can change antennas and do different things if you need to. So I'm going to use my Bofang, and I'm going to connect it up to the Chirp software. If you look at the bottom of my computer screen here, you can see I have Chirp. It looks like a serial port right in the middle there. Let's see if we get the code. There we go. Yeah, there it is right there. So when you click on that, after you install it, and I'll talk about that in a second, it goes ahead and loads on a computer, but I'll show you all that on the computer. I'm just doing this with my handheld phone here. So we're going to connect the Bofang up, and then later on we're going to connect up the Yaesu unit. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Chirp really is and what it looks like on your computer. Okay, since we want to hook up our cable through Chirp, we're going to open up the, it's hard to do this with one hand. There we go. So I open up my, my cover here where my connector is for my programming cable, and I go ahead and there we go. I'm going to go ahead and connect it up. Sorry, I'm one-handed, so this is a little awkward. Give me a second. It only goes in one way. There we go. So now I have my Bofang connected, and we're good to go. And we'll go ahead and see what Chirp looks like. Okay, now we're actually look at my screen. So first thing you're going to want to do, if you don't already have it installed, you want to go to reinstall or install Chirp. And you can just do a search for it, and I think it's Dana Planet or something like that. If I just type in Chirp, let me just type in software just for the heck of it. Yeah, there it is. Chirp.danplanet.com. You go there, and obviously you want to hit get it, or you can actually have this page has changed. But if you click get it, there we go. Go to the Chirp download section. And from here, you can click here to download the latest Windows version. For me, it's Windows. I've never done on an Apple or a Mac, whatever you want to call it. But for Windows, I have virtual machines here. I could try it on a Linux, but let's just do Windows. So you click on Chirp Daily, and that installer will be up to date generally. And you can click on it. It'll download down here if you're using Chrome. If you're Internet Explorer, it'll just open up a box, and it'll throw it in your downloads folder, mostly unless you tell it to put it somewhere else. So you want to download the installer program, double-click it, and then you just walk through the installation program. I'm not going to show that. It's very simple. You just click yes to pretty much everything. Let anybody use it and install it. And once you install it, sorry, once you install it, it'll show up on your taskbar or in your start menu, whatever you select. And if you open it, it's pretty blank, okay? Now I have files that I've created with Chirp. I've created files for both my Bofang and my Yaesu. And we're going to talk about Yaesu in another video, but Bofang has actually been, sorry, I don't know why I'm coughing so much. My apologies. Maybe I can edit that out. But if you want to, if you have a Bofang, you basically just have to connect it like I showed you in the video earlier. Connect the unit up, and then you can talk directly to it. There's no issues about pressing any additional buttons or anything. So if you're just doing this for the first time, you're going to want to go ahead and the easiest thing to do is to upload whatever you have on your radio, just upload it right to Chirp, and then go from there. Because all Chirp really is a spreadsheet program. It's really all it is, with obviously some enhanced settings on it that transfer to your radio. Now, if it's matched up pretty well, you're going to see memory channels, special channels, as well as settings. Bofangs just work great on Chirp. Now, my Yaesu is a little different, a lot of little issues with it, which we'll talk about, but for the Bofang, it works really well, or probably a lot of HTs, I'm not sure exactly. But if you have a Bofang or something like it, you should be good. You connect the cable like we just did, and I was using my smartphone camera. You're going to want to go ahead and connect it up, which I will mimic here. Excuse me. Connect it. I think you can see it in the small video. Yep, I connected it back up. Make sure it's on. Okay. They say to have it on a channel that's not broadcasting, but I never had any trouble. So you're going to go to radio, and you're going to download from radio. On a Bofang, you just click that, and what you have to do is tell it what port you want to use. Now, ports usually go in order from COM3 all the way up, generally, on most modern computers. So, like me, COM3 is my Bofang, and my COM4 is my Yaesu. If I had to attach another cable, it would probably call it COM5. So I know COM4 is my Bofang. If you don't know, just go in order, lowest to high, and you'll get one that works. So try COM3. If COM3 doesn't work, try COM4. So COM3, it's not my Yaesu, it's my Bofang. And it's my UV5R. So when I click OK, what it's going to want to do is it's going to want to pull data from the radio into the spreadsheet program. So I'm going to click OK, and it gives you a disclaimer there. I leave that on there to warn me. Proceed, yes. Tells you what to do. You just, as long as the radio is on and it's connected, you're OK. Click OK, and it starts pulling data from the phone. Now I don't know if you can see this in here. Oops, little red lights blinking. You might not be able to see that, but it's actually pulling data from the Bofang unit, and it should pop up on the screen any second. There we go. So what it does, and then it also on the radio, it actually goes to a reset on the radio. So these are all the channels it found. You can see it's under frequency, name, tone type, tone squelch, all those different programming. A lot of repeater functions are in there. Duplex usually doesn't need much. As you can see by mine, I have the weather station on here. I have my work. That's why it has a tone squelch 103. I use it in at my job, so I use my ham radio at my job. It works pretty good. And then I also have local repeaters in here, the 2-meter call, 7-meter call. The Bofang is a UHF and VHF. And then I have some police scanner stations here at the bottom. So I use my Bofang for a lot of stuff. So that's how mine's programmed. Also on the Bofang, I can click settings and change settings with the Chirp software. One of the ones I want to change today is I want to go ahead and change, where is the backlight timeout. My backlight timeout is set for 5 seconds. I want it to be at least 20 seconds. I like to see, when I'm driving and stuff, I want to be able to glance at it and see who just called or whatever. Especially if I'm scanning, or if I'm I don't know the other word for that, but I call it scanning. When I'm scanning through all the program channels. So I want to change that now. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and save this file. You always want to save the file first onto your computer, so you always have it. So I'm going to save this. I'm actually save as. I have a current file in my radio folder, I have my manual, and I have my current and initial settings, and then I have a couple of Bofang settings. So I was doing it by date, but now I'm going to change the way I do it. I'm going to call it current, just like I do for my Yaesu. What that does for me is it just makes sure that that's my current configuration that I'm using. If I want to make some different configuration for something special, I could always do that later or do it by date. But I'm going to start doing it like this so I can keep track of them. So I'm going to call it UV5R current and save it. Okay, so now it comes up here and says it's saved. It's my active file. Now I want to actually send it to my radio. I pulled it up from my radio, made my changes, and now I'm going to pull it back down. I don't know if there's anything in here I want to change. I don't think so. I got some skips going on here. I think I want to keep those. Yeah, we'll keep those on. I don't know why the Pembroke 70 is skipping. Let's get rid of that. So you can, these are the channels you skip when you're scanning. We'll keep Manchester on there. It makes a lot of noise. My washer makes a lot of noise, and I don't want the weather to come up during my scans. So this is actually really just Chirp just for this works great. So you can adjust your scanning frequencies. Now on my Yaesu, I can do it with the mic, and it's easy, but on the Bofang, it's hard to do that. So I use this just to reprogram. Like if I want to just scan my police bands, I can just come in here and uncheck these and check all my repeaters, send it to my Bofang, and it's done. It takes like 2 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and make these changes to my radio. And when I do it, hopefully you'll see maybe the green lights are flickering. So you're going to go to radio. I've already saved it. Now I want to upload to radio. When I click that, it does the same kind of message. Column 3 has to be a Bofang UV5R, otherwise it won't work. That's why it's grayed out. And I'm going to click OK, and click OK again, and you should see the light blinking. Yep, it's blinking. So now it's sending data to the Bofang. Now I've gone real slow with this, but this is seriously. If I want to change like my scanning channels, I open up the file, I open up my current file, make the changes, and just download it to the Bofang. I almost never upload from the radio once I do it once. So once you do it once, you shouldn't have to do it too many times. I'm doing it on this video just so I can show you. Okay, reset the radio, and it's all set. So now the backlight will stay on 20 seconds. I know you probably can't see it, but that backlight should stay on for 20 seconds. It's already staying on longer than 5 seconds, so I know it works. So there, it's working. It's still on. I just don't think it kills the battery that much. I'd rather have it on for 20 seconds. Okay, so that's how you upload a file, make your changes, save it, and then download to the radio. And then I can use that same file, make my subtle changes, and just download it whenever I want to. I could even make, like I said, make special configurations if I wanted to. Like I could make a police scanner file, and I can make a repeater file. And then just go in and click it and hook it up every time I want to change that, I guess, if I wanted to. I don't find it that long to come in and make individual changes, but then again, I only have 24 stations programmed. So that's the real quick down and dirty on Chirp with a Bofang, which is actually the easiest way to go. I'm going to do another video on my Yaesu. I'm also going to link a really cool video. Let me see if I can bring that up. My radio file, the Chirp ham radio programming software guide. This manual is excellent. Basically everything I didn't cover, which is most things, I apologize. I just did the quick down and easy config thing, but it actually goes and explains all of the columns that you need to deal with. But they're pretty self-explanatory, but still little cool things about the different columns. Works really well. So I would definitely recommend that manual for Chirp. But that's the real easy step-by-step hooking up a handheld Bofang radio to Chirp. I know a lot of other videos are out there on this. I'm not sure if you'll get anything from this video or not. I'm hoping you'll get something from my next video. I'm gonna hook up my Yaesu, which was a real problem getting going. So I'm hoping that maybe some people can get a use out of that one. But that was my quick hooking up the Bofang and getting it going and hooking up with Chirp, downloading data. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I explained the files. I explained up and down how to get it in, how to get it out. There's an export function on here too. And that's how I initially programmed my other radios. I like all my radios to have the same settings. So what I do is you can go to File, and you can export. And it'll create a file. I actually would change that to today's date, 1903-23. See, I already made one before. Save it. And what you can do is you can decide which channels to export. Okay. Most of the time I'll leave it like that. If you end up importing into a radio that's only VHF or only UHF, it'll only take the channels it can take. It'll gray out the rest. And all this does is it makes a spreadsheet file that you can import when you put your new radio on. So you can put your new radio in and then import these settings in, import them in, and then you could save it and then download it to the radio. So it works really well. That way all your radios can have the same stations on it. I mean, I like that. So my Yaesu base station actually has all the VHF programs that my Bofang has. Obviously, it doesn't have the UHF ones. So I hope this was helpful to you. I'm going to wrap this up. My next video is going to be on hooking up my Yaesu base station to Chirp and all the little difficulties I had with it, and explain those and hopefully help people out with that. So thanks for watching.